All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Stand Tall. It is November 20th, and we're going to dive right into the Art of War, verse 8 out of chapter 3. Verse 9. If equally matched, we can offer battle. If slightly inferior in numbers, we can avoid the enemy. If quite unequal in every way, we can flee from him. 10. Hence, though an obstinate fight may be made by a small force, in the end it must be captured by the larger force. All right, and we're going to go over here to an alternate translation to get a little bit of perspective. Master Sun says that if you are equal, then fight if you are able. If you are fewer, then keep away if you are able. If you are not as good, then flee if you are able. Cao Cao responds to this: if your forces are equal to those of the enemy, even if you are good, you shall still set up ambushes and surprise attacks to prevail over them. Otherwise, be defensive and do not engage in battle. Or, if outmatched, take your soldiers and run away. Wang Chi says, to be able means to be able to motivate others to fight to the death. If he sees victory by raids and ambushes, this is called superiority and intelligence. It is not a matter of a clash of armies. I think that's very important, that warfare is not always about fighting, you know. Li Quan says, if you calculate your power to be less than that of the opponent, then strengthen your defense. Do not go out and get your edge snapped. Wait until the mood of the enemy gets sluggish, and then go out and attack by surprise. I like this. Don't get your edge snapped. Like, don't. When you get excited, you're ready to take on the world. You're ready to change a habit. You're ready to do something new and something different. Don't go out in haste and get your edge, right? Like, you've got the edge now. You've got that drive. You've got it. Just be careful. Du Mu says that if your forces are not equal to those of the enemy, avoid their edge for the time being, waiting for a gap. Then make a determined bid for victory. To be able also means to be able to endure anger and humiliation, not going out to meet the opponent's challenges. I like Du Mu in this one, right? Like, you have to be able to endure anger and humiliation. That sounds like almost directly out of the Daily Stoic, or just any kind of stoicism. You just have to just accept things. I mean, people are going to go through whatever they're going to go through, and they're hurting in whatever way that they're hurting, and they're going to say, or they're going to say whatever, they're going to cut you off in traffic, or they're going to, it doesn't, I don't know, that things are just going to happen. And Dumu here says that to be able to, like, make a determined bid for victory, you have to be able to endure anger and humiliation. I love it. Chin Hao says, that is not so. It just means that if the enemy's soldiers are more than yours, then you should run away from them, thereby making them haughty and using this in your future plans. It does not mean enduring anger and humiliation. Jialin says, if they are more numerous than you, retreat and hide your troop formations so that the enemy does not know. Then set out ambushes to lie in wait for them. Set up ruses to confuse them. This too is a way of victory. Zhang Yu says, the advice to keep away and do not do battle if the opponent is more numerous also applies to the case where all else is equal. The quality of the leadership and of the troops. If your forces are orderly while theirs are chaotic, if you are excited and they are sluggish, then even if they are more numerous, you can do battle. If your soldiers' strength, strategy, and courage are all less than that of the opponent, then you should retreat and watch for an opening. So, Jang Yu is saying that sometimes it's not really about the size of your army if you have other things to compensate. But if your other things, rather than just your soldiers, but your strategy or your courage isn't there, then you need to be careful about attacking. And then they have the other one, which we kind of read, and then one that I read silently there in the beginning. That is the next one. So let's jump over here to the Daily Stoic, bring the Eastern warfare philosophy to the Western Stoicism, and see what we come up with for November 20th. Behold, now as ever. If you've seen the present, you've seen all things, from time immemorial into all of eternity. For everything that happens is related in the same. Marcus Aurelius, Meditation 6.37. The events that will transpire today are the same as things that have always occurred. People living and dying, animals living and dying, clouds rolling in and rolling out, air sucked in and sucked out, as it has for eons. This moment right now, to paraphrase Emerson, is a quotation of the moments that have come before and will come again after, and will come ever after. This idea is expressed nowhere more beautifully than in the Christianity hymn Gloria Patri, as it was in the beginning and now and always and to the ages of ages. This thought is not supposed to be depressing or uplifting, it's just a fact. However, it can have a calming, centering effect. No need to get excited. No need to wait on pins and needles. If you haven't seen this before, someone else has. That can be a relief. Behold, now is enough. So, just like now is enough, just like the generals reflected, patience if you need, flee if you need, do not engage, right? This has all happened before, and this will all happen again. And it's all going to keep happening. Someone's been through it. And the important thing is to just remember to stand tall.